I also was a Scoutmaster, it's Boy Scouts of America, and back in the early 2000s, I took some boys on a scout camp to Thunder Ridge, Utah, and this scout camp was like 12,000 feet in the mountains, up high, and that's where I seen my first actual Bigfoot walking
Oh,
down. What they have those dead falls off of a steep hill, off the side of a steep ridge. And that Bigfoot was moving really fast. He was probably about 8 foot tall or even a little bit taller. But, the way he was walking, his arms were stretching out, just trying to hold on, going down fast. And I was with another
mm,
Scoutmaster. It was a Belagana man. He was like 6'2", 6'4", somewhere around there. But he goes, that thing's taller than me. Look at that. And we were sitting under a, a big pine tree getting some shade because we were walking down a trail. And he's the one that noticed it. And when he noticed it, he's the one that, a big man, he turned around and took off. He went back to camp.
oh,
And
uh-huh.
so I was still on my way down to pick up some boys at a water hole where they go swimming.
Oh,
And so I still
mm,
had to go down, and that Bigfoot was coming down into
to
the Grover trees. And on us sitting there, I was walking like, man, why now? Why now? Why am I going? Why does it have to be coming down the direction I'm going? And so I just kept going. I was just staying on the path. And I got to where that tree line was, where we would probably possibly meet up. It stopped inside the tree line, but I just kept walking, and I knew you could just feel something. If it was a bear, he's watching me. If it's Bigfoot, he's watching me. It wasn't a mountain lion. Mountain lions aren't black, aren't dark, and they're not standing upright. This thing was literally standing upright and coming down. And it came to that stop, and the crunching, everything stopped. So I walked past it, and I went down, and then the boys, some Belagana boys, and my Navajo troop were coming back up. And then I had four older boys that were 17 years old. They were about to be uh, graduating from high school. And one of them was my nephew. And I got and I got mad at them. I was like, "What are you guys doing? Come on!" And they're all mad, like, "What's going on?" I said, "I just freaking saw Bigfoot." And these four boys, my four boys, they said, "Where?" Boom! They just took off from me. One of them was a Belagana boy, and they took off, and they all took. I was trying to yell at them here. I got mad at these little younger kids. They said, "Let's go!" And then we started walking. When we got up to that road, that trail, they were all standing there, and they were waving me over. And we didn't have phones. We didn't have fancy phones at that time, or even cameras. And my nephew's like, "Look, Daddy Henson." He goes, "Look over there." It went into the wheat field. You could see right where it stepped, big steps where the wheat were pushed down. And these boys are like, "Can we go find that?" I said, "No, let's go." And I grabbed them, got back to camp, and we were warned before then by rangers that there were Bigfoot around, Bigfoot sightings. And as
mm,
scoutmasters, we just kind of laughed. We were like, but this ranger, Bilagana guy, he got mad at us. Said, "No, I am being serious. Watch your boys, watch your surroundings. Don't go venturing off the trails. Stay on the trails." And sure enough, I that's the first time I ever seen my actual Bigfoot, Sasquatch, walking down.
mm,
And but the
okay.
boys later that night, the older boys, they didn't want to camp out by the little young boys and by me as their scoutmaster.